Okay, I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wait for 2 minutes so that rest of the joined. Then we will start the class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, everybody. So let us back. Let us start the class. Okay. We have already waited for 4 minutes. So those who have joined, we will start the class with them. So we are discussing about the dipole antenna. And there are different types of dipole antenna. After physical aperture, we told about the oscillating dipole. So what will be the fields for oscillating dipole? And we have already discussed that a charge moving with uniform velocity along a state conductor does not radiate a charge moving back and forth in a simple harmonic motion along with the conductor. And this is due to the subject of acceleration and deceleration, and it radiates. So what we have told, sorry, we have to illustrate the radiation from a dipole antenna. And for that reason, we have to consider that a dipole has two equal charge of opposite sign oscillating up and down in harmonic motion on the electric field. Okay. So today is so at time t, at time t equals to 0, the charges are at maximum separation and undergo maximum acceleration. Let us name that acceleration as v. So at time t equals to 0, the charges are at maximum separation. And undergo maximum acceleration acceleration, that is v. As they reverse the direction, as they reverse the direction, at this instant, the current I is 0. At and 1/8 period later, the charges are moving towards each other, and at 1/4 period later, they pass at the midpoint. So let us draw it. If I will draw it, you will be understanding. So there are two charges. This is the positive one. This is the positive charge. This is the negative charge. Okay. So two poles are there. So it is a dipole. So this is positive. This is negative. So dotted line are there. So see, from here to here, the electric field conducts. So this is the arrow sign of the electric field. This is the current, maximum current. So there I write I max. So L equals to 0 at this time. So this is the effective L0. So it is at t equals to 0. This is the field line. So let us give you figure A. That is that t equals to 0. Okay. So at t equals to 0, the charge are at maximum separation. Because there is the maximum separation and undergo maximum acceleration, that is v, as they reverse the direction. So as they reverse, the charge is reversing direction, they gain the maximum acceleration. At this time, I equals to 0. At this time, I equals to 0. This is I, that is equals to 0. So at 1/8 period later, charges are moving towards each other. So let us draw that. What I tell, 1/8 time later, charges are moving towards each other. So these are the charges. This is the inducted coil. Dotted line. This is the coil. And these are the charge. Charges are moving to each other. So this is positive charge. This is negative charge. So these are moving each other. The current is moving. So what will happen to the field line? This will be like this. This is going to this direction. So this is the field line now. So this is t equals to 1/8 into total time period. So this is B. Okay, that is the second figure. Now what is happening? At an 1/8 period later, the charges are moving towards each other. And at 1/4 period, they pass the midpoint. So 1/4 period, they pass the midpoint. So let us draw another figure. So for drawing that figure, we have to draw again the cylinder. So this is the figure. So this is the cylinder. What I told, the two charges are coming each other. Two charges are coming to each other. So this is positive. This is negative. They have processed the midpoint. So if I draw it, how it will be? How will be the charging flowing? So this charge will be going downwards and this charge will be going upwards. So it will be like this, revolves, and then it will come here. So this is going outside and this is coming inside. So this is at t equals to 1/4 t. This is the C figure. So I equals to maximum at this time. As this happened, that means at 1/4 period, they pass out the midpoint. So as this happens, the field lines detach and new ones of opposite sign are formed. At this time, the equivalent current I is maximum and the charge acceleration is 0. Understand? So in this figure, the current is maximum, but the charge acceleration is 0. And you can see the two field lines detach and new ones of opposite signs are formed. So after this, at this time progresses to 1/2 half period, the fields continue to move out and that will be given in this. So let us draw it again. Two cases is going on. One will be this. One will be this. So this is negative. This is positive. So what I told, why this is negative, this is positive. I told that the field lines detach and new ones of opposite sign are formed. So now new ones of opposite sign are formed. So what will happen? This is I. It is going down. This is also going down. So this is a new field line is coming here. And this is another field line. The previous one. So it will be like this. It's a bit big. So this is equals to at t equals to 3/8 into t. This is d. And the last one, You can see it is totally detached. It is totally detached. And this here, it is the negative. Like the previous one, it is the negative one. And this is positive one. Okay. So field is generated like this side to this side. And the dipole is current conductivity is like this. This length is lambda by 2 from this to this. This is lambda by 2. So at that, what is the point? T equals to half of T. So this is the last figure E. So this is the oscillating electric dipole consisting of two electric charges in simple harmonic motion, showing propagation of the electric field line and its detachment, that is radiation, from the dipole. Arrows next to the dipole indicate the current direction. Okay. So here I will be equals to I max. So clear this one. Everybody, this figure is clear. सुनाई दे रहा है? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So actually what we have discussed here, I will write here. Okay. This is the oscillating electric dipole consisting of two electric charges in simple harmonic motion showing propagation of an electric field. Line and its detachment, that is radiation, from the dipole. So the arrows next to the dipole indicates the current direction. Okay, understand everybody? I think everybody has understand this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, another term we told you, front to back ratio. What is this meaning? So another term that is called front to back ratio. So what is front to back ratio? Anybody, any idea? So front to back ratio, front to back ratio. It is defined as the ratio of power radiated in the discrete directions to the power radiated in the opposite directions. So it is defined as the ratio of power radiated in the desired directions to the power radiated in the opposite directions. That is called front to back ratio. So FBR, we represent front to back ratio as FBR, is the power radiated in desired direction, by power radiated in opposite direction. The front to back ratio changes if frequency of operation of antenna system shifts. If the frequency of the operation of antenna system shifts, then the front to back ratio also changes. Its value tends to decrease if the spacing between the elements of antenna increases. So what happens? इसका कोई जो वैल्यू होता है वो वैल्यू टेंड करता है, मतलब उसका वैल्यू ग्रेजुअली डिक्रीज करता है जब वो जो एंटेना का जो एलिमेंट है उसके बीच में अगर गैप बढ़ जाता है तो द FBR डिपेंड्स अपॉन द ट्यूनिंग कंडीशंस ऑफ द parasitic elements. The high FBR is achieved by diverting the gain of the opposite direction, that is backward response, to the forward desired direction by adjusting or tuning the length of the parasitic elements. In practice, for receiving purpose adjustment are made to get the maximum front to back ratio rather than the maximum gain. Understand? in practice for receiving purpose adjustment are made to get maximum front to back ratio rather than maximum gain. So understand everybody?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So that is the front to back ratio. Just a simple one. You have to just learn by heart. What do you mean by front to back ratio? So it is the defined as the ratio of power radiated in the desired direction to the power radiated in the opposite direction. And the front to back ratio changes if the frequency of the operation of antenna system shifts. The value tends to decrease if spacing between the elements of antenna increases. The FBR depends upon the tuning condition of the parasitic elements. The higher FBR is achieved by diverting the gain of the opposite direction, that is backward response, to the forward desired direction by adjusting or tuning the length of the parasitic elements. In practice, for receiving purpose, adjustment are made to the get the maximum front to back ratio rather than maximum gain. So that is our front to back ratio. Now we have told there are some antenna theorems. So there are different types of antenna theorems and we will discuss about this. Sorry. So what are the antenna theorem? The validity of this theorem are based upon the linearity or bilateralism of the networks. So this theorem validity are based upon the linearity or bilateralism of the networks. In electromagnetic field theory, the solution of any antenna problem can be obtained by application of Maxwell equation and appropriate boundary condition. The field equations themselves are linear as long as mu e or sigma sorry, mu e, epsilon and sigma of the media involved are truly constant. That is, they do not vary with the magnitude of the signal, nor with the duration. The same theorems can be applied here. A few theorems that are most commonly used in antenna problems are as follows. Okay, so maximum antenna theorem are actually dependent on the electromagnetic theorem or electromagnetic conditions. That is the Maxwell equation and appropriate boundary condition. The field equation are all linear as long as the constants, that is mu, epsilon and sigma of the media involved are truly constant, that is do not vary with the magnitude of the signal or with the direction of the signal. So the same theorem can be applied here also. So the few theorems that are most commonly used in antenna problems are as follows. The number one is called the superposition theorem. So everybody knows the superposition theorem? Yes. Superposition. What do you mean by superposition theorem? क्या हुआ? कोई रेस्पॉन्स क्यों नहीं? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
So what do you mean by superposition theorem? सुपरपोजिशन थ्योरम मैं ही बोल देता हूं, आप लोगों को याद नहीं है शायद. In a network of generators and linear impedance, the current flowing at any point is the sum of the currents that would flow if each generator were considered separately. All other generators being replaced by at the time by impedance equal to their internal impedance. So that is superposition theorem. Next is Thevenin's theorem. If an impedance ZR be connected between any two terminals of a linear network containing one or more generators, the current which flows through ZR will be the same as it would be if ZR were connected to a simple generator whose generated voltage is the open circuit voltage and that appeared at the terminals and whose impedance is the impedance of the network looking back from the terminals. Will all generate while all generators replaced by impedance equals to the internal impedance of these generators. Okay, understand? अरे कोई रिप्लाई नहीं देगा तो क्या होगा? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Understand? So you have to know here superposition theorem, Thevenin's theorem, maximum power transfer theorem. What is maximum power transfer theorem? An impedance connected to two terminals of a network will absorb maximum power from the network when the impedance is equal to the conjugate of the impedance looking back from the output terminals. That is maximum power transfer theorem. Next is compensation theorem. Any impedance in a network may be replaced by a generator of zero. Any impedance in a network may be replaced by a generator of zero internal impedance whose generated voltage at every instant is equals to the instantaneous potential difference that exists across the impedance because of the current flowing through it. So that is compensation theorem. So these theorems are very important. Okay, just 2 minutes left. So I will request everybody to give their attendance. There are 4 students here. Please give your attendance. So everybody has finished giving their attendance? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so anybody, any problem with this? Up to the portion today we have taught. This superposition, this Thevenin's, and etc. is then compensation theorem, maximum power transfer theorem. These all theorems has been learned by you. So I am not elaborately discussing it, but reciprocity theorem I will discuss it because there are some assumptions to be made. Okay, and then we will discuss it explain it in very good form, and then we will also prove it. So anybody, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you for joining the class. We will take the next day class as per schedule. And we have an extra class to be scheduled this week because on that day, due to your examination, we cannot schedule any week. So I will ask your seer to adjust a new class for me in this week. In this week means only today's Thursday, so Friday and Saturday. So I think it will be probably on Saturday. So I will ask your seer